I know I've been going on and on all week about low-fat cooking techniques, but I bet one that you don't really know is a low-fat cooking technique is broiling. It's a fantastic way to cook things low-fat. It's almost like grilling, right? You get that direct heat. Today, I'm broiling bok choy and beef and scallion skewers. It's gonna be pretty fast and easy, and I think you're gonna like it. The first thing you wanna do is cut up 4 heads of baby bok choy. Cut them in half lengthwise. These are small, single serving. You can remove a little bit of the core if you want to. It might be a little bit tough. Just cut it slightly on an angle like that. They're pretty tender, so it's not hugely necessary, but you can if you want. If you can't get baby bok choy, maybe try broccoli, that might work. And then just line them up. Use a large rimmed baking sheet and line them up only on one side, because the beef skewers are actually gonna go on the other side after these have a chance to cook just a little bit. I forgot to oil my pan. I just want to drizzle it with a little bit of oil, so I'm going to lift up my bok choy and do that. Don't go too crazy, because this is supposed to be low fat, remember? And then just spread it around. And then you can make your sauce. The sauce is going to be the marinade for the beef skewers, but it's also going to go on the bok choy. Peel and grate a 1-inch piece of ginger. You want it nice and fine. Use the side of the spoon to scrape the skin off of your ginger. If you can't find a rasp grater, you could probably just mince it really fine. Just get it down as much to a paste as you possibly can. And now your ginger can go into a measuring cup. You're gonna make a little marinade. Like I said, it's gonna go on the bok choy and on the beef. To the ginger, add 1/3 cup of rice vinegar, the unseasoned kind, and then 3 tablespoons of low sodium soy sauce. Make sure you use the low sodium kind. If you're gonna use the high sodium, just use less. I would say use 1.5 tablespoons. Try that. 4 teaspoons of sugar. That offsets the acidity and the saltiness. And then stir everything together. Set aside 2 tablespoons of this mixture. Add a little bit of oil to that, a couple teaspoons. Make sure your broiler's been preheating, because these bok choy need to go into a nice hot broiler for about 5 minutes, and you can prep the rest of your stuff. So I'm gonna take my scallions and the rest of my marinade and go back to the oven. All right. These need to go into the broiler for about 5 minutes, so I'm just gonna put those in. I might be getting a little bit ahead of myself, but I'm gonna live life on the edge. Put them into the broiler, and then cut 1 pound of sirloin into 1-inch cubes. And if there are any little tough pieces in there, like I seem to be experiencing here, just get rid of that. You do not want to be eating that, especially not broiled. It won't get any more tender, I can guarantee it. It's not like you're braising this. Put your steak in a bowl, cover it with the rest of the marinade. Just set that aside for a few minutes. I have some scallions here. Just line up the edges and trim off all the roots, and then cut the white and light green parts into 2-inch pieces. You can save the green parts for something else, or maybe you want to sprinkle it over your rice later. That would be a good idea. You serve this with rice. Then take your beef. It should sit there for about 15 minutes, but it's already getting plenty of flavor. And skewer it, alternating with the scallions. Piece of beef, couple of scallions. I like this skewer because there's not a ton of ingredients, but gives a good impression. It's all about the impressions, right? You know what's another real great time saver? Make these in the morning. You can skewer them and then marinate them all day long. And when you come home, you just throw them in the broiler. It'll be a matter of minutes before you have dinner on the table. That's what I'm recommending. I'm officially going on the record as saying that. Now these are all marinated. Just make sure that the meat is spread out enough so that there's a little bit of space between them so that it cooks evenly. I'm gonna take the bok choy out of the oven, the broiler I mean. See how it's already getting brown? Cover that side with foil. That way it won't burn when you put the beef back in to cook. And then just line your beef up right next to it. And then they just go back in the broiler until the beef is cooked through. 4 to 6 minutes, you're gonna wanna flip it once. Take them out. The reveal. Looks good. Everything is nice and cooked through. The bok choy didn't burn because I covered it up. Smart. I'm so smart. Give yourself a little bit of rice, couple of pieces of bok choy. Make sure you rub some of that sauce onto there, because that's what's going to give you all the flavor. And then a skewer. And you have a fast, delicious, broiled, and low-fat dinner. I think you'll like it. Shrala.